Hello everybody, this is a video on Schuberth helmet. The model is C2. I've had some people ask me about this helmet, so here I go. I'll show you the little mods. I'll tell you a little bit about this helmet first and why I chose it. Now, what you'll see here is, you know, a lot of people see this white helmet and they say, oh boy, it's so plain. Well, I chose white because in Hawaii, the heat of the sun, the solar radiation, quickly absorbs heat and it heats things up. So the white helmet greatly helps a lot. I have a whole bunch of helmets. I got over, I can't say how many helmets I have. I have just too many. But I found myself using the white helmet the most. And there's other features in it that cause me to use it more than all my other helmets, not just because it's white. And we'll go through that. But that was the biggest reason why I chose it. The other reason why I chose this helmet was because I wanted a modular helmet and or a front helmet. And they call these modular helmets because they can lift up. They've got this little lever there and it allows you to lift the opening, and it's kind of like a fighter pilot kind of look to it. And also I chose the Schuberth because it has a sun visor. You can see a little sun visor added to it, and it helps you. You don't need to worry about putting on or taking off sunglasses. And if you go through a tunnel or through some shaded woods, you know, some shaded trees, you don't have to worry about loss of contrast. So this greatly helps. And so that was those were the big reasons why I got it. It was because it was modular, it had this built-in shade, and it was white. Well, I got it in white. If they didn't have it in white, I would have gotten silver. But that's pretty much it. That's the big reason. And what I have here is, as you notice, I've made a little modification to this helmet. I have my prescription glasses here, and what I've done is I've taken a clip-on sunglass, and I've modified it in such a way that this thing will swivel, and I put on my prescription glasses on here instead. So what this is this is just a piece of Velcro right here. Let me take this off here. This right here is just a piece of Velcro, and it's a adhesive back Velcro. This is the hook side and this is the loop side. So the hook and loop system here, I put this on here and put it on, and this clip system here, this thing goes, you can see this thing, it's spring loaded, so it clips on, and yeah, it's kind of like a mouth, woof woof, and it slips in like this, and there it goes, man. That's how I got it set up. And what's nice about it is when I take the helmet on and off, I have this neat little swivel system where if I need to look at something close or I need to take it on and off, it'll work. Oh, there goes my cat quarantine. Okay, so what do we have here? Okay, now what I had done was I'd taken an old pair of glasses and I drilled an extra hole here through the polycarbonate, and if you look carefully, I used a needle and thread to stitch around this metal attachment, this metal piece. So all you need is needle and thread, and there you go, you got a mount. This thing, I didn't have the screws for it, but let me tell you, this needle and thread thing worked marvelously. So that's my little doohickey, my little quick fix. And also I bent a spoke from a bicycle, a stainless spoke, and I bent it in such a manner that when I swung this up, it was out of the way, and when I swing this down, it's actually closer to my face. It actually moves forward. So instead of a regular hinge would have set the glasses closer to this side. But as you notice, this is bent in such a way so that when it swings up, it's up, and when it swings down, it comes close to my eye, where it should be as if I were wearing glasses. So this took a while. This is like my third one. It took me a while to hammer this out. Not hammer it out, but I bent it with pliers. So, you know, you don't need any fancy tools. You can just, yeah, and this drill here, I didn't use any special drill or machine. I just took a drill bit and went carefully cut away the polycarbonate little by little. It took 5 minutes, but the advantage of using your hand instead of a drill, like a cordless drill or whatever, is that polycarbonate cracks very easily, and you don't want crack propagation going on when you stress out the polycarbonate. You want to take off a little bit of material at a time. You want to machine it off, shave it off slowly. It might take you a long time, but it's okay. You just keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and it'll punch through. It's not a lot of polycarbonate. Polycarbonate's really soft. It's extremely machinable, and the drill bit is metal. It'll go through. Just be patient. It might take you 10 minutes, but it will go through. It won't shatter it. So if you're going to do that, that's what I'd recommend. What I did was I made a mistake. I had put tape on the surface so that as I was stitching it and as I was drilling it, it wouldn't scratch the surface of the lens. But the result of that was when I took the tape off, it took off part of the AR coating, which was really stupid. And I really regret that. I'm going to have to iterate this design one more time so it doesn't happen. I'm not happy about that. So here's my thing. What I like about the Schuberth helmet. Okay, here we go. The thing about it is it's the quietest helmet on the market, the quietest modular helmet. And what this thing has is it has a vent system where it pops out and the other side pops out. And what that does is it creates a little vent on the top here, a little tiny vent right across the periphery here. And what's nice about it is the air creeps through here, goes across the surface and out the top. This is Schuberth's claimed way of providing protection, maximum protection, without cracking this open. So you can have airflow without, or more airflow without losing protection. It'll be noisier, but you still get. What I don't like about this system is that when it rains, it doesn't work. Rain will go in here and it will creep inside the front of the lens, and that's not what I want. I don't like that. But when it rains, I have it closed anyway and it works fine. Now as for fogging, this side has a anti-fog layer and this side has a hard coating, and it really is an anti-fog layer. I've tried very hard to fog this up by breathing hard into it, and if you've seen my videos, I do breathe pretty hard, and it doesn't fog. It's really a wonderful, you really get your money's worth. It's really worthwhile. Now the one subtlety in this is that it's optically correct. What you'll notice is anytime you bend a piece of plastic or plexiglass, you turn it into a lens. You turn it into a lens that distorts the image. It magnifies. So what they've done is it has a variable thickness shield, and it's actually very noticeable. When it's noticeable that it doesn't distort when you twist your head. It's thinner here and it gets thicker here. So what it becomes is it is a lens. It's a marvelous lens. You'll have to see one up in person to really know see the big difference there. Okay, now what they've done, which is I think was pretty clever in cooling this helmet, was that you know, to make it the quietest helmet, you have to seal. You do need to seal your neck off, and yeah, it's very, very quiet. But when you do that, what happens is you lose airflow. And what they've done to address the issue, of course, you have your standard airflow here and a standard incoming here. What they've done to address their issue in the vent exit is to provide a mesh here. So what the mesh does is it absorbs sound, but it provides airflow, which is really a fantastic design. You can see through here there's supposed to be a liner. I've taken it out because I'm washing it, but the liner is removable, and the air flows through here through these channels. Let me see if I can pop it open. Okay, the air flows through these channels, and it flows out through the mesh, which is nice. Another feature I like is this this business here, this seatbelt looking thing. It's just handy. A lot of people like the D-rings, but there's nothing wrong with a well-engineered product that's a clip. I disagree that clips are no good. I think they've done their engineering and their homework, and I believe this is sufficient. More than sufficient, better than just as good as a D-clip. I just like the fact that I can clip it on with gloves, because when I forget to put it on after I put on my gloves, it's a real hassle. So that's pretty much it. These are the hot features that I like. If you do decide to get a modular helmet, you must get one of these metal things going. You gotta have one of these metal latches. I've purchased modular helmets where the latch just breaks, and it's pretty much useless. It doesn't hold the helmet together at all. And they got this little thing here, this little first aid thing that just, if you crash, somebody can, it just tells the user, or tells another person how to remove the helmet, which pops it out. There's a little quick release thing here that pops off easily. You just twist it, and the shield will come off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the helmet that I really like, and you'd have to experience one for yourself. And as you notice, there's some black. I got some black Velcro here, and that's where I put the Kodak V570. I Velcro it to the front, and it works. It works great. Meow.